Hi there, welcome to Bella's Vistas. Thanks for visiting. Please like and subscribe. Well, this is going to be a pretty exciting video, for me anyway. I wasn't expecting my new camera for at least a week or two. And didn't I get a call from VizTech? We got my camera Friday afternoon, 2 o'clock. They called and let me know, so we made a mad dash to Toronto to pick it up, just in time for our trip to the East Coast. Well, we're driving to Toronto, and I'm wondering, is this camera going to be what I'm expecting? Is it going to do the things that I want it to do? I'm really looking forward to try the features like Live ND, which is the same as using a neutral density filter, so that will allow me to use longer exposures on water. It's got features like bird detect. Well, here we are, we're driving through Holland Marsh. We've been through the Holland Marsh several times, and we want to see the crops, how it's going here. We're working on a little project on the Holland Marsh. Here you can see the crops row by row. It's really quite a place to visit. It's not that far from Kitchener, and I've been here maybe 4 times through the different seasons working on the pictures. So we see the farmers in the field and working on things, all kind of crops stacked up that have been harvested. Look at these rows and rows. Something else. This is my favorite shot from the Holland Marsh. Look at these lines towards the distance. Well, here we are. With bird detect on the camera, I'm supposed to be able to catch a bird in flight. Should be really good to see that. There's other features on the camera too, like better low light. So I'm going to try to get some shots of lighthouses and things like this. The Holland Marsh, again, what a place to see. I used to see all the guys from the Holland Marsh bringing carrots and potatoes and things to sell them at the farmer's market in Kitchener. Here the people are working in the fields, wearing their traditional hats and things to keep them safe from the sun. Driving on through the Holland Marsh. I'm so excited to be working with my new camera. I'm using it here. Here's the Loyalist Trading Company. There's our van in front of the store. We're backing out and we're getting on the road again. Wow. We're going to go to Amherst Island once again and try and find some birds. Amherst Island should be a good place to test out the bird detect feature. Should focus on the birds a lot easier. And we're getting rain. Darn. You never know what the rain's going to be like in a place like this because, well, it's right on the water and it rains a lot. But we make the most of it. Here we're pulling into the ferry. Look at there. We're getting off the ferry boat now onto the island. Everybody's happy. Hey, thanks guys. And away we go. Now we're blasting along here. You might recognize some of this scenery from our winter shots of the owls here. Look at the waves coming in. It's pretty wild. We pull around this big corner, and there's a really nice natural resort area we can stop. Sort of a wildlife sanctuary. And it's right out on this point sort of thing on the left. And I'm parked up here in the rain, waiting for the weather to change a little bit. The last time I was here it was like 20 below zero, so this is not too bad. The waves are pretty wild out here. There's bird houses out here, little tiny bird houses, and these birds that are incredibly fast birds. Not many seabirds out in waves like that, though. It's pretty rough. So we'll see what we can find. The OM-1 makes good video. Well, the other one made good video too, my previous camera, but this is substantially better. There's the Irish stone wall with some flowers in front of it. It's pretty amazing. I've seen these walls in Ireland, and now I see them in Ontario. You can see how it's made. There's one of the little beauties there. And a red-winged blackbird, they're always around. Kingbird. Here's a song sparrow taking off. Look at this one catching flies in the air. Along the side of the road we see a snapping turtle laying eggs. I thought and thought and thought. I didn't know what to do here. This turtle is not crossing the road. It's come up here to lay its eggs in the gravel, and it's probably done that before. There's tire tracks across there, but the turtle is going to go right back into the water when it's done laying the eggs, so I didn't think we should bother it. There's a little shrine along the road. Along the Gaspe trail, there's a little shrine here. We stopped to take a few pictures and shoot a little video. And we're on the road again. I'm kind of worried about the weather, but I'm pumped from having my new camera with us, and I just want to see what's possible. I want to go to Perce, see the Perce rock, see what I can do. There's a lot of construction here. Gotta get through. I'm not exactly speeding along here. I'm driving a 95 E150 van. Gotta go through this bridge. We were trying to find Costco for gas, and an accidental wrong turn, and we're headed into Quebec City now. This wasn't something that we wanted to do, but we're doing it. A little bit of knuckle biting here, but away we go, driving down. I know transport trucks can handle these roads, but I just think my van is too big for them for some reason. We're in Quebec on the highway headed for Gaspe. Whoa, look at there, we're upside down for a second. Don't know what happened there. Here we go. Little lighthouse along the side of the road here. We found places like this where we could stay overnight. It was just wonderful. Right by the water. Church in Quebec here. Look at this old machinery, wow. And here I am using the long lens on the OM-1. Bird detect worked fine on these guys. Some long shots. Again, bird detect was working fine here. Running down the road. I stopped at this waterfall. There you see live ND. Shot a little bit of video on the waterfalls here as well. There I am setting up to do a live ND shot. You can see the camera, the OM-1, looks just like the other series. Just the very same. Here I enabled live ND and a long exposure. We'll see how it works out. It was very interesting. We just saw this waterfall out of the corner of our eye, and I said that's the ideal place to try out the live ND, because I want to know how to work it when I get to some places in Newfoundland. This young lady named Alice asked if she could photograph me on 4x5. She was setting up to shoot some portraits here. She saw us and asked if I would pose for a portrait here. She's studying photography at a university in Montreal. She's very excited about black and white large format photography. She's got a Cambo just like the one I had. Well, mine was never black when I had the original student model, but there it is, a Cambo. She's got the dark cloth on there. It's cool enough so you can use the black side of the cloth out. It helps keep you a bit warmer. There we go. I'm really excited to see these pictures. I mean, wow. The last time something happened to me like this is when I was in that music video with my old 940 Volvo. That was pretty cool. So I'm really looking forward to this. Now I have to pose the way she's telling me to pose. I'm not exactly keen on having my picture taken, but this is going to be very special. I'm really excited to see the results. Yeah, I have to look over the other way. Don't look at the camera. Look away from the camera. Put in a slide and away we go. She's putting in the film holder. And she's taking my picture with the cell phone. That's going to be interesting. And I'm taking her picture with my cell phone. What a world we live in. We've got the new OM-1 that was just released from Olympus. I waited 3 months for that camera, more than 3 months. Finally got it. And then I'm using my cell phone and getting my picture taken with the traditional 4x5 camera. Very excited about that. And Alice is getting in our video. Very excited to see that. And we get back on the road again. Still more and more construction. Oh, I know where we're going. We're going to go and see this old submarine here. First time I saw that submarine, it was just laying on the beach. It was, I don't know why it was there, but they're setting up this thing so you can tour this submarine. It's a Canadian naval submarine. And the waves, wow, the water is just vicious here. I'm loving it. Shooting some video down the coastline here. I was walking around with my OM-1 and I had the 40 to 150 on doing these shots. Just getting some video of the waves and whatnot. And then I saw a seagull coming in, and I wished I had a longer lens, but it was the kind of thing you don't have time to go and change your lens, so you just have to make do with it. And there he is. Bird tracking found the subject perfectly. Here we are. We pulled up here to spend the night. I'm just turning the battery over. You can look out. There's the view out of our window. It's so nice to stay in a place like this. You got a nice cross breeze coming through. The van's nice and cool. You can sit there and have a coffee and just enjoy yourself watching your pictures on the computer. Wow, there's a Waterfalls. Thought I would shoot this. There's Bridal Veil Falls everywhere you go. Alaska, Newfoundland, Ontario. You can always find a Bridal Veil Falls. Get some shots like this. There you go, live ND. There's a lighthouse off in the distance. I am really enjoying this camera. Its focus is so fast and so well. There you go, live ND. There's what we're looking for, Perce. Look at that, beautiful shots. There's bird detect, working perfectly. So sharp, and some whales off in the distance. There's the van up against Perce Rock. We didn't really hang about. We drove down the coast and we got a bunch of shots from different harbors as we went along. In the morning, wow, what a beautiful day. Then we came upon this historic site here, a fisheries place. Got a bunch of different shots here. And then we're back on the highway again. Just eating up the road. We're headed for Prince Edward Island. And I can guarantee we had some good adventures there. Thanks for visiting. Please like and subscribe.